sovereign energy, sacred boundaries and relational prosperity. Quantum. Opening your mind becomes a living altar where intention arranges matter, where breath sculpts time, and where every clear boundary births a freer, kinder universe. The Masas, Section 1. Deep Gaze, the royal compass of the soul. Every life unfolds as a journey from fusion to clarity, from diffuse energy to sovereign coherence. In the primordial dawn of your story, the child archetype longs for belonging and warmth. As seasons pass, the warrior rises to defend what matters. The lover learns to offer presence without dissolving the self. The alchemist ripens, turning friction into wisdom. Finally, the sovereign awakens, not as a tyrant, but as a gardener of reality, shaping space with benevolence and firm compassion. Sovereignty expresses itself as a geometry in motion. Imagine a luminous sphere around your body, breathing as you breathe. This sphere remains permeable to truth and impermeable to manipulation. It opens to love, closes to disrespect, and modulates according to values. Within it, your yes gains the fragrance of conviction, and your no sounds like a bell of peace. There is no need for iron walls or harsh edges. Sovereignty prefers living membranes infused with clarity. The soul learns through contrast. Too much merging invites exhaustion and resentment. Too much distance breeds loneliness and coldness. The sovereign path dances between intimacy and autonomy. Sacred boundaries become musical measures that give rhythm to connection. Without measure, the orchestra collapses. With wise measure, every instrument remembers its tone, and the symphony flourishes. The myth speaks through symbols. The Grail appears when the knight knows how to ask for nothing and guard everything essential. The tree of life deepens roots while reaching for the stars. The sea embraces all rivers yet keeps its shoreline. Sovereignty lives in these images. It is presence that honors the heart, intelligence that protects time, and kindness that refuses to betray the self. In this stance, prosperity stops being a hunt and becomes gravity. What belongs arrives by affinity. What harms dissolves by lack of resonance. PLEIADIAN. Section 2. Scientific and Psychological Foundations. Transpersonal psychology affirms that identity expands beyond the separate self. States of unity, awe, and deep coherence reorganize the psyche. When the nervous system experiences secure boundaries, it feels safe enough to open toward transcendence. Healthy limits do not block the mystical impulse, they support it. The container allows the light to stabilize. Humanistic psychology centers authenticity, unconditional acceptance, and self-actualization. Boundaries arise as alignment between core values and behavior. Saying yes to everything dilutes the organismic wisdom that Carl Rogers described as the inner compass. Saying no with congruence preserves dignity and catalyzes growth. Maslow's peak experiences visit more often when basic needs and psychological safety are honored. Boundaries protect those foundations. Neuroplasticity reveals that repeated attention reshapes the brain. Every clear limit stated with calm breath and steady tone inscribes circuits of agency in the prefrontal cortex. Every time you regulate arousal after asserting a need, the amygdala learns that expression does not equal danger. The vagus nerve entrains to relational safety. Polyvagal rhythms stabilize. Over time, sovereignty transforms from effortful stance to default baseline. Attachment dynamics show how early patterns echo into adult bonds. Anxious styles tend to overgive to prevent abandonment. Avoidance styles fortify walls to evade engulfment. Disorganized patterns oscillate between both poles. Sovereignty does not shame any of these patterns. It offers a third route, regulated intimacy. In practice, this means naming limits early, pacing contact, honoring capacity, and staying somatically present. The body becomes a truthful instrument rather than a battlefield. Relational economics explains prosperity as a flow of value across trusted membranes. Clear boundaries prevent leakage of time, attention, and emotional bandwidth. With less leakage, creativity concentrates and yields higher quality offerings. Trust grows in the network because people sense coherent signals. Coherence reduces frictional costs. As friction decreases, reciprocity increases. The result is prosperity that feels humane, rhythmic, and spiritually aligned. A simple example. A creator schedules 3 deep work blocks per week and communicates availability windows to clients. By holding those containers, output quality rises, clients receive clearer timelines, and referrals multiply. Boundary becomes a benevolent technology. Prosperity follows structure like water follows a riverbed. Section 3. Applied biodecoding. The body remembers the border. The body translates unspoken boundaries into symptoms. This is not punishment, it is intelligence. Each system tries to speak when the mouth remains silent. Throat and jaw tend to tighten when expression is withheld. Night grinding often mirrors daytime compliance. Skin diden may flare when territory feels invaded. It becomes a red banner announcing an invisible number. Gutty contracts when decisions are postponed. Bloating signals, undigested interactions and commitments. Cois, lower back. Strains when over-responsibility accumulates. The spine carries loads that the voice refused to redistribute. Headaches emerge when mental over-control replaces embodied boundaries. The mind tries to do the job of the perimeter. Liberation route. 1. Naming. Choose one scenario that drains you. State the energetic fact without drama. Example, energy drops after late-night messaging with clients. 2. Meaning, decode the body's message. Jaw pain equals fear of disappointing others. Skin flare equals boundary crossed. 3. Movement. Add a gentle somatic ritual. 3 exhalations lengthening twice as long as the inhale. Palms over throat, then sternum. Speak a concise limit. 4. Micro-reframe. Replace the sacrificial belief with a sovereign belief. From I must be always available to I serve better through clear rhythms. 5. Micro-action. Adjust one lever. Set office hours. Add an auto-reply with compassionate language. Block calendar buffers. 6. Integration. Track symptoms for 2 weeks. Celebrate even subtle relief. The body relaxes when the perimeter becomes trustworthy. The body rarely seeks perfection. It asks for consistency. A boundary repeated with kindness becomes medicine. The symptom, having delivered its letter, softens and returns to rest. Dasasio. Section 4. Quantum NLP Toolkit. Reprogramming for clear limits and abundant bonds. Tool 1. The Sovereign Anchor. Goal. Install a calm, firm state to voice boundaries without aggression. Steps. 1. Recall a memory of serene authority, a moment where your yes felt clean and your no felt kind. 2. Intensify submodalities. Bring the image closer, increase crispness, enlarge the felt warmth in the chest, lengthen the exhale. 3. On the peak, squeeze thumb and middle finger lightly. Let the body memorize this pairing of sensation and gesture. 4. Future pacing. Imagine 3 boundary scenes. Activate the anchor before speaking. Maintain eye softness and grounded posture. 5. Reinforcement. Use the anchor daily for 10 days. The nervous system links the gesture with sovereign calm. Tool 2. The Value Filter Recode. Goal. Make values operational so that choices align instantly. Steps. 1. Write 5 core values. Example, truth, compassion, creativity, reciprocity, rest. 2. For each value, define one behavior and one limit. Truth becomes transparent pricing and no secret discounts. Rest becomes phone-off windows. 3. Visualize a golden filter in front of all incoming requests. Watch each request pass through or bounce back. 4. Install a 2-sentence script for declines. Example, appreciation sentence plus firm no plus alternative. 5. Rehearse out loud until tone feels warm and spine stays tall. Tool 3. Time boundary submodality shift. Goal. Turn vague hours into solid living blocks. Steps. 1. Picture your week as a map with foggy borders. 2. Change the borders into softly glowing lines. 3. Label 3 deep work islands and 2 social harbors. 4. Shrink or enlarge islands until your chest feels open. 5. Lock the map by breathing 3 slow cycles and tapping heart center. 6. Export to calendar with alarms and sacred breaks. Tool 4. Belief Alchemy Statement. Goal. Replace sacrificial myths with sovereign axioms. Script. Old belief identification. Example. If I charge my full price, love will vanish. Interrupt pattern. Clap once and exhale fully. New axiom. Love grows inside agreements that respect both sides. Embedding. Record the axiom in your own voice. Play it during liminal moments on waking and before sleep for 21 days. Tool 5. Relationship Ecology Contract. Goal. Design a bond where autonomy and intimacy harmonize. Outline to share with collaborators, friends, or partners. Purpose of the bond. Communication windows and response expectations. Repair protocol for misattunements. Creative commons of the relationship. What flows freely, what requires consent. Review rhythm every moon or quarter. Celebration ritual for milestones. Tool 6. Boundary breath and voice. Goal. Train the voice to carry respect and non-negotiable clarity. Practice. Inhale through nose for 4, exhale for 8. Speak the boundary on the exhale. Keep jaw relaxed, tongue resting. Phrase model. Short title of the boundary. Reason anchored in values. Alternative route. Example. Office hours end at 7. This protects quality and family time. Happy to resume tomorrow. Tool 7. Quantum timeline. Reimprint. Goal. Soothe the younger self who equated no with rejection. Process. See your younger self in a safe room of light. Offer a simple sentence of protection and consistency. Hand a symbolic key that locks and unlocks the door from the inside. Merge gently, bringing the key to your present heart. Walk 3 steps forward on the inner timeline and notice posture tallness. Tool 8. Money Boundary Matrix. Goal. Clarify energetic and financial exchange. Grid prompts. Free zone. Gifts that cost little energy and delight the soul. Low-ticket offers with strict scope. Premium containers with depth, limits, and high presence. Royal Circle for bespoke creation with clear gates and generous pacing. Implement 1 gate this week. An intake form qualifies mutual readiness. This prevents leakage and raises satisfaction for all. Section 5. Spiritual Perspective and Christic Consciousness. Christic consciousness expresses itself as luminous tenderness combined with exact discernment. It invites radical compassion without endorsing self-betrayal. The heart of Christ radiates unity, and unity flourishes inside truth. The Buddha nature within every being shines more clearly when boundaries relieve the nervous system from survival drama. The Tao flows through channels that are open yet defined. Indra's net glitters because each jewel maintains its facet while reflecting all others. Sovereignty becomes a sacrament of love. Saying no to exploitation honors the divine in the other since it refuses to train them in harm. Saying yes to aligned collaboration blesses the field with synergy. The holy breath guides the sequence. First center, then connect. First truth, then offering. First inner consent, then shared adventure. In this order, service becomes joy, generosity becomes sustainable, and prosperity becomes a choir instead of a chase. A simple spiritual axiom sustains the path. Sanctuary within, service without, synergy among. Sanctuary protects the flame. Service shares the warmth. Synergy multiplies the light. Boundaries keep these 3 in harmony. Dharastha Section 6. Integrative Ritual. The Royal Perimeter. Duration 22 minutes daily for 22 days. 1. Grounding of the throne. Stand with feet hip width. Soften eyes. Inhale through nose for 4, exhale for 8, repeat 7 cycles. Visualize a circle of soft gold around you, 3 steps wide, breathing with you. 2. Seal of truth. Right hand on throat, left on heart. Whisper 3 times, my voice honors my values, my breath keeps my pace, my yes and my no serve love. 3. The 4 royal decrees. Time. My day moves with sacred containers. Energy. My body chooses what nourishes. Money. My gifts travel through clean agreements. Love. My bonds celebrate autonomy and presence. 4. The door practice. Imagine a beautiful door at the edge of your circle. Invite only what resonates with your 4 decrees. Everything else remains outside without conflict. Offer a silent blessing for what does not align and return to center. 5. Embodied signature. Choose a gesture to anchor sovereignty, ideas. Palm over sternum, subtle bow of the head, thumb middle finger touch. Link the gesture to a soft exhale and a small inner smile. Use it before every meeting, post, sale, or intimate conversation. 6. Prosperity tithe of presence. Allocate 10 minutes to create something valuable for your community with clear edges. Example, a concise guide, a boundary script, a mini practice. Share it inside a container that respects your rhythm. 7. Closing seal. Tap lightly along the collarbones. Say, I rest inside a sovereign field. I relate from clarity. I prosper in reciprocity. Hold 3 silent breaths and carry the field into your day. Liamwa, practical maps and examples. Example A, creator with chronic throat tension. Pattern, agrees to unscheduled voice notes at midnight. Recode, sets 9 to 6 voice note window, installs auto-reply, schedules an office hour live Q&A weekly. Result, throat softens, clients receive coherent structure, renewals rise. Example B, therapist with money leaks. Pattern, frequent unpaid overtime due to porous session endings. Recode, adds a gentle 10-minute bell reminder, offers paid integration notes as an optional add-on. Result, sessions end on time, income aligns with energy, clinical presence deepens. Example C, musician in collaborative chaos. Pattern, endless group chats with unclear ownership. Recode, project board with roles, response times, version control, and a release calendar. Result, fewer misunderstandings, more releases, better royalties. Example D, family caretaker with spine strain. Pattern, carries chores others can do, avoids asking for help. Recode, chore roster, rotating kitchens, and a rest day marked in the family calendar. Result, back pain eases, warmth returns to gatherings. Scripts for sovereign communication. Warm, firm. No appreciation. Boundary, alternative. Example, thank you for thinking of me. My schedule is fully dedicated to current commitments. Here are 2 options that fit my rhythm. Price integrity. Thank you for your interest. The fee reflects the depth of the container and supports sustainable service. If a lighter option serves you better, this other pathway is available. Repair after overextension. I noticed I said yes beyond my capacity. I am correcting the plan to protect quality. Here is the updated agreement. Door closure. Thank you for the interaction. Our paths point in different directions now. I bless your journey and close this cycle on my side. Door opening. I feel alignment in values, timing, and scope. My availability fits this container. With this structure, I would be honored to proceed. Use breath to carry every script. Short sentences, clear cadence, gentle eyes, spine tall. Sewasia, the ecology of relational prosperity. Prosperity ripens where boundaries nourish the soil. Emotional photosynthesis takes place when sunlight of clarity meets minerals of responsibility and waters of compassion. Communities feel safer around coherent people. Clients relax inside clean agreements. Art blossoms when the creator trusts their own perimeter. Collaboration transforms from tug-of-war into dance. Money, attention, and care follow clarity like migrating birds follow magnetism. This is not a promise of constant ease. It is a promise of consistent dignity. In this ecology, generosity stops being a drain and becomes a fountain because the source is protected. The yes that emerges from a protected source carries voltage. That voltage animates projects, friendships, and homes. People sense it. The field brightens. The path opens. Chakse, mythic integration, the crown and the river, where the crown of responsibility without self-punishment. Let the river of compassion flow without erosion. The crown marks authorship of your time, body, and art. The river ensures that authorship serves life. The crown without river becomes dryness. The river without crown becomes flood. Together they form a fertile valley where orchards of purpose grow. Stand at the valley's edge and feel the breeze of future cycles. New collaborations approach because the gate gleams and the pathway is clean. Old patterns dissolve like mist at noon. The sovereign heart does not shout. It hums with a steady tone that travels farther than noise. High vibration. Closing your field now remembers its shape. Your voice carries the scent of cedar and the warmth of sunlit stone. Every step imprints clarity into the earth. Every choice honors the temple of your days. Sacred boundaries become your love language. Relational prosperity becomes your natural climate. Quantum challenge for the next 24 hours. Protect one 90-minute deep work island and one 30-minute rest cove. Send one warm, firm no that preserves your rhythm. Share one value-aligned offering with a clear gate. Activation code, whisper 3 times as breath lengthens. I choose clear rhythm. I release leakage. I prosper in reciprocity. Daily decree. My energy is sovereign. My bonds are kind. My prosperity is clean. Con amor, Andrew.